morning students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, do you know what is cell? Cell is the basic structural, functional and biological unit of all known organisms. Cell is also called the smallest unit of life. Cell is often called as the building blocks of life. A cell which is responsible for existence of all living organisms on the planet. Most of the parts of the eukaryotic cells have a definite membrane-bound structure, shape and function. These living parts are known as cell organelles. So today we are going to learn about cell organelles. Cell organelles play a same role in the cell which organs play in the body of a plant or animals. So here is the anatomy of the animal cell. It consists of three essential parts, that is cell membrane, nucleus and the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is semi-liquid or jelly-like material in nature and occupies a major part of the cell within the cell membrane. Here is the cytoplasm. Also you can see in the figure the cytoplasm is transparent, colorless or it is watery or partially transparent. In the cytoplasms, all the cell organelles are embedded in the cytoplasm. There are many cell organelles in the cytoplasm as you can see in this figure. And they are, first is endoplasmic reticulum. This is endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria, lysomes, vacuoles, nucleus, etc. These are the cell organelles of the cytoplasm. So our first cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. Here you can see the figure of the endoplasmic reticulum. So this is a large network membrane-bound structures with tubes and sheath. Its structure looks like a net structure and it has a tubes or round oblong structure that is called the vesicles. Or it also has a net-like structure. In this endoplasmic reticulums, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. That is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So we will learn in detail. So the first one is rough endoplasmic reticulum. In this you can see in the figure the ribosomes are present. Endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes attached to its surface. So it looks like rough. So it is called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So here the ribosomes are the site of the protein manufacture and it also help in the protein synthesis and it also transport inside the cell. So this is all about the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now the second one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So here is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In this you can see there is no ribosome attached to its surface. So it is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum when we see under the electron microscope. So here smooth endoplasmic reticulum is also helpful in the manufacture of the lipids and fat molecules and it is also help in for the cell to function. Some of these proteins and lipids help in building the cell membrane. So this process is known as membrane biogenesis. This also helpful in the detoxifying many poisons in the liver cells of the vertebrates. Endoplasmic reticulum varies from cells to cells. Membrane is continuous within the plasma membrane on the outside and nuclear membrane in the inside. It also forms the channel across the cell and transport from one cell to the another. So this is all about the endoplasmic reticulum. Now our next cell organelle is Golgi apparatus. Here is the structure of the Golgi apparatus. Here you can see it is a cis phase and the trans phase. This Golgi apparatus is located next to the endoplasmic reticulum and near the nucleus in the plant anatomy. And it is found in both plant and animal. Golgi body is a membrane bound organelles that is found in the eukaryotic cells and it is made up of flattened cell-like structure that is called cisternae. Now, let us see its function. And the function of this Golgi body is first to modify and then packages the protein and lipid into the secretory vessels for delivery and transporting to the targeted destination, and then it forms newly forming vesicles. Golgi body is also involved in the formation of the lysosomes, which are basically the waste of the cells. Golgi body is also involved in the synthesis and secretion of the enzymes and lipids. This is all about the Golgi complex. Now coming to our third cell organelles, that is the lysosomes. Let me tell you why these lysosomes are called lysosomes. Because when you break this lysosomes, lysis means breakdown and soma means the body. The name suggests that the lysosomes are the body that break down the substance. They are actually removing the waste substance from the cell. You can see this is the membrane and this is the hydrolytic enzyme and this is the transport protein. Lysosomes are basically the closed sac-like structure as shown in the figure with the digestive enzyme inside the cell. As the name suggests, the function of the hydrolytic enzyme is to digest. Lysosomes, they digest the waste products. They not only absorb the waste material but also help in removing the harmful substance from the cell. Digestive enzymes that are present in the lysosomes are quite powerful because they can eat or digest anything or everything such as bacteria or food. Now the question arises, if it can digest anything, so it can digest its own cell. So the answer is yes, they can. If the cell is damaged or not functioning properly. Suppose cells are not properly functioning or some cells are damaged, then the lysosome will burst and release the enzymes inside the cell. So from this we can say that they digest their own cell. So it is just look like that it is committing a suicide. So from this we can say that lysosomes are also called the suicidal bag of the cell. So this is all about the lysosomes. To do all this work, the cell needs the energy. Now the question arises, from where this energy comes from. So to understand, let us come on the another cell organs, that is mitochondria. So here is the structure of the mitochondria. Now what are the mitochondria? Mitochondria are known as the powerhouse of the cell, and it also produces the molecules that are usable form of the energy for the cell. So the enzymes in the mitochondria convert the energy molecules into the usable form of energy that are called the ATPs. Are this ATP used as the usable form? Yes. The cells can obtain energy when these ATPs are broken down. And now the mitochondria has two membranes, that is inner membrane and this is the outer membrane, in which the DNA is present, and this is the intermembrane space, and there are also the ribosomes are present in the matrix of the mitochondria. The outer membrane is the porous, which allows to transport the materials across the cell, and then the inner membrane. The inner membrane is slightly different from the outer membrane, and it is interesting to understand. So this inner membrane is thrown into the several fold like structure, therefore has a large surface area. So this fold structure is called as crystin, and this fold increases the surface area for ATP generating chemical reactions. Because this larger surface area have more enzymes that have to produce ATP for the synthesis. So this ATP is known as the energy currency of the cell. Apart from this, organelles have the its own DNA and ribosomes like nucleus. So, the mitochondria can make its own proteins and replicate on its own. That means it can make its independent copy of the other organelles. So, this is all about the mitochondria. Now, coming to our last organelles, that is plastids. Plastids are generally disc-shaped, spherical shaped or oval shaped, and it is covered by two membranes. Plastids are the organelles that color the cells. Plastids are of two types that are depending on their color. The first one is chromoplast and second one is the leucoplast. So the chromoplast is the colored pigment and the leucoplast is the transparent. Plastids are generally found only in the plant cell. So now the first one is chromoplast. Chromoplast containing the pigment chlorophyll, that is known as chloroplast. Chloroplasts are the most common, that is found green in color, and the process of photosynthesis takes place in it. So here is the structure of the chloroplast. So here this is the inner membrane and this is the outer membrane of the chloroplast. This is the stroma and granum and this is the thylakoid. Chloroplasts contain various yellow or orange pigment in addition to the chlorophyll. The inner organization of the chloroplast is contain a membrane bound layer which are embedded in the material called the stroma. So this is about the chromoplast. Now our next is leucoplast. Leucoplasts do not impart any colorless. So it is transparent or colorless in nature. So this leucoplast invade in storing the food materials such as starch, protein or oils. Like the mitochondria, they also have their own DNA and the ribosome. So this is all about the plastids. I hope you all understand.